Spot of tea, anyone? That sounds like some jazz. Ba-ba-ba-doo-ba-doo-doo. Many of you have a complicated relationship with your parents. Some see them as their best friends, others don't get along at all. If you are struggling to directly communicate with a child or a parent, keep watching. This one is for you. This is part 1 of a 3-part series surrounding the discussion on communication or lack thereof between a child and their parent. We'll also be jumping right in and discussing ways it can improve. With that said, let's get started. Welcome back to SuesSpace. A special thank you to everyone who has subscribed to my channel. I am grateful for your support. Don't forget to tap that notification bell so that you are notified every time I upload. This will help me with my mission of reaching as many young people as possible. It will also help to grow this space. Let's skip to the good part. Developing and practicing an open line of communication is vital to any relationship. And one of the most important relationships you will have in your life is between you and your parents. Sometimes talking to a parent can be difficult. You may struggle with what to say or worry about how they may react when you ask a question or want to talk to them about your concerns. I reached out to a group of young people to get their feedback on how they view the communication between them and their parents. Each one was asked the same question. Growing up, what do you wish your parents could have done to create a better line of communication with you? And their responses may or may not surprise you. Let's get started with June's story. June was 2 when her parents divorced. When I asked her this question, she expressed growing up she wished her parents had been more emotionally available. She went on to say she never felt comfortable talking to them about anything as she knew they wouldn't validate her feelings. She elaborated on why she felt that way by saying they would always send her to talk to her older siblings whenever she tried voicing her struggles to them. June ended the conversation by saying she wished they had also paid a little more attention to her than they did their significant others. I can relate. I'm sure many of you can too. Not only was I emotionally neglected as a child, but I unintentionally carried that generational pattern into the relationship with my daughter. Being emotionally neglected as a child can lead to resentment and a wider range of negative outcomes such as substance abuse, anxiety, and teen pregnancy. Young people, what type of responses are you faced with when you build up the courage to talk to a parent? Are you met with encouragement or are you met with statements that sound like,
"Can this wait? I don't have time for this right now,"
leaving you feeling unsupported and wondering if you did the right thing going to them in the first place? Parents, and that includes me, it is so important to actively listen to what your child is saying. Pay attention to identifying any emotions your child may be feeling, any phrases or statements that sound like,
"I feel so lonely all the time," or "I just feel down and I don't know why,"
or any words that sound like self-hate. This could be a sign of something deeper going on. All emotions should be heard, validated, and acknowledged. When a child feels connected in a way where they feel heard and understood, it can lead to more positive outcomes, and they will begin to start feeling comfortable about sharing and opening up more often. It can also reassure them that you care and want to listen. Sometimes talking to your child about a few of your life experiences or a time you felt the same way can help normalize their feelings and encourage them to share more of their thoughts. Young people, go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section below and let me know one thing that holds you back from going to talk to your parents about something that's bothering you. Let's move on to Jamal's story. Jamal was 13 when his mother sent him to another state to live with his father. You've heard the saying, it takes a man to raise a boy into a man. Well, that's what his mother thought. Not necessarily true, but okay. He described his father as being a workaholic who was hardly present. Growing up, he wished his father had cared more about his family and less about money. When his dad wasn't at work, he was out hanging out with his friends. And when he was home, the only communication they shared was focused around money, how to make more, and other discussions that focused on material things. In high school, Jamal buried himself in music, playing a huge part in his school's marching band's success. When asked if his father showed any interest in his activities he was involved with, Jamal expressed that his father never really asked how he was doing, what he was practicing, who his favorite musicians were, or why he chose music over sports. Ending the conversation saying, he just seemed to lack interest in anything that was going on in my life. Let's be clear. There's nothing wrong with working hard for financial stability, but if you're sacrificing the mental health of your children and you're depressed and tired all the time, ask yourself, is it worth it? I'm not talking to the parents who need to work longer hours to provide or survive. I'm talking to the ones who are working longer hours than they have to. You don't need to see material wealth to feel abundant. Growing up with a workaholic parent is tough. It leaves your child feeling unsupported and unimportant. I know this firsthand, and even though I know my mom was devoted to provide for her family, she provided everything we need except for the most important thing of all, an emotional connection. My friends used to tell me I had the best life. I didn't see it that way because when my mom was home, she was usually asleep, tired from working her overnight shift. Being a child of a workaholic parent may force you to grow up too quickly. On the outside, you may grow up to be a goal-oriented, responsible, independent adult. But on the inside, as an adult, you may feel unworthy, self-critical, seek approval of others, or struggle in adult relationships. Parents, make it a priority to schedule time to talk to your children about what they may be feeling or going through on a day-to-day basis. It's different times now. They're going through a lot more than we had to go through growing up. Let's get back to turning off the TV, silencing our phones, and sitting around the dinner table to just talk. Children now, more than ever, need to feel you are interested in their lives, their likes, their dislikes, what makes them sad, and what motivates them. Young people, if you have a parent who is working hard, not because they want to, well, nobody wants to, but try to be more understanding and find ways to spend time with them, like cooking, doing the laundry, or grocery shopping. At the very least, these independent skills will help you later on in life. At the age of 18, when I realized my parents didn't have all the answers, I made it my mission to learn all I needed to know about life on my own. I'm not making any excuses for them, but you can't teach what you don't know. And that's all for this one. Make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe button before you head out if you haven't already. Thank you for watching. Stay safe and true to yourself. Until the next one.